On November the 15th, Farming Simulator 22's Platinum DLC will be releasing for all platforms. In this episode, we are going to look into exactly what you can expect to be able to play with, the new features, the new machines that we can expect to see as well, and other brilliant new features for this DLC that we haven't seen yet in Farming Simulator 22. So strap in, take notes, and let's get going. There is simply no better place to start than with the inclusion of one of the leading brands for forestry, loading shovels, and mining that you'll ever expect to see coming to the game, and that is of course Volvo. Here we see the Volvo excavator fella working in harmony in the forest there with the harvester on the front there. We're seeing trucks coming in as well, along with 21 brand new vehicles, 29 pieces of equipment, 12 pieces of miscellaneous equipment, and also 12 placeable objects. All of these are going to be coming in. We're going to see some brand new brands in here as well. Obviously Volvo, we've got Fansveld, we've got Schmortmuller, and John Deere bringing an extra range in as well. But some fantastic bits of equipment, some of the likes that we've never seen in Farm Sim before. As you can see, the detail on the Volvo wheel loaders here is going to be exceptional. The handling has been improved across all of the forestry range there as well, with some brilliant new scripts that we're going to touch on very soon. This will really allow forestry to become more accessible and more enjoyable for the masses, and it's something that Giants are going to put a lot of time into working there to make it a bit more expansive, to allow you to really explore what forestry can bring into Farm Sim there and all the various fun ways in which we can function with it. So there's lots to tuck into here. It's a really impressive range with some bits of equipment and mechanisms that we just haven't had to see before in Farm Sim, the likes of which you're seeing on the display here today. There's going to be new production chains that come with that as well there, as you're going to need a new byproduct for all the wood that you are harvesting there, and a new end goal as well. So there's a lot more scripts coming in to be looking into there, which we're going to touch on as we start to progress through this. There's a whole new range. Some of them are looking fantastic there as we look into all the different brands. So let's do a little bit more of a dig. Now, you will have seen the many fact sheets that have been coming up with Fact Sheet Fridays over the last month or so, but here is a definitive list of all of the different equipment, machines, placeables, and miscellaneous items that we can expect to see, from wheel loaders to feller bunchers to forwarders to winches to spray cans, chainsaws, rock breakers, and so much more. When we get into the placeables as well, there's going to be log cabins, there's going to be furniture factories, boat building factories, iron furnaces as well, which is something I never thought we'd get to see. A whole different idea, a concept into Farm Sim, which really is going to allow you to build out and then to improve the production features, really to give you that diversification that we all really want to crave for. And all of this on a brand new map as well, which is going to be fantastic. Let's tuck into Silver Run and see what we think. So Silver Run Forest is the new map for the Platinum extension. It has a whole load of new physics and animations in the creation there, such as the way they've defined and built moving water, for example. There's boat building factories included there, a wide array of terrain that will make logging and forestry that much more challenging, with some really unique new features in there. We've got new production chains coming in as well, but just look at the aesthetics. Look at that little stream working its way through the countryside there as well. There was a Giants Twitch stream where they discussed this just recently, yesterday at the time recording there, where they looked into the efforts and the new features and the new techniques that we're bringing into Farming Simulator 22 with this Platinum expansion. It's allowing for more accurate, more realistic terrain and landscape and wildlife that will really help you to have that immersion whilst you're in game. As we look on down through some of these screenshots on the Giants website there, we'll get to see some really unique looking architecture as well, some new features, some new completely new terrain and new challenges to go with it. Of course, as we are bringing in a lot of new features into the Platinum DLC, that does mean that we need a lot of new buildings, a new layout, some new designs and concepts for things like furniture, for boat building, galleries where you can put wooden sculptures up, for example, and so much more. And again, seeing the natural water flow through this little stream, a lot of time and effort has been put into making that look as immersive as possible. As we look now at the map itself there, so many different features and so many different areas across the map that you want to look into. Naturally, it is heavily focused on forestry and logging. You've got acres upon acres to get into there, with plenty of infrastructure to help you to cart these logs to and forward, to make them more accessible for those production chains that you so heavily rely upon. quite nice to be able to see as well, with the focus towards all things forestry and an industry that has only really been lightly touched upon by a farm sim in the past there, that gives you a whole new operation and new focus in which to build your business. And of course, when you do that, you will be relying upon many different types of machines. We've seen all the Volvo wheel loaders in here so far, but that is just the top of the iceberg, really. There's so many more fascinating machines that we will only really be able to get our hands on when we do our garage tour as part of our early access experience over the next few days. So do check those ones out. If you don't want to miss them, make sure you subscribe down below for more. So there are so many new upgrades to what we perceive to be the default Farming Simulator 22 mechanism, the in-game scripts that allow you to do such tasks as perhaps loading logs onto a loader as it is right now, or felling logs, or what looks like to plant trees. All of this has been looked into and all of this has been revised. For example, you'll see we are now going to have tree marking sprays and signs to identify which trees you're going to touch, which ones you're going to leave. There's hydraulic braking available, where we're going to be able to drive up to rocks in the fields there and break them apart with a hydraulic breaker on the front of your wheel loader. Then take those broken up rocks and put them through a crusher there, and then take them to a factory and iron ore plant after that. Log transport is going to be completely revolutionized with yarders, winches, and containers now. So if you are in a particularly hilly landscape, you can winch your trees from the bottom up to the top to be able to put them onto a truck to transport away. If you want to, you can cut them down to a specific size, load them into a shipping container, put that container onto the train, and away they go as well. We have improved planting and harvesting as well. There are new machines to go onto the front of your Volvo excavators to allow quick and efficient planting of your trees. They will be loaded up from your pallets, much like the old saplings would be as well there, but allow you to plant multiple very quickly indeed. Here is our working simulation of what that looks like when we are actually loading up our new Risutech SKB 240 there with the saplings from the crate. It's going to be quick, it's going to be efficient, going to allow you to cover all sorts of terrain there in a manner that was never possible before. When it comes to harvesting said trees, again, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more efficient, it's going to be quicker. The harvesting machines are going to be guided towards the trees that we've already identified there and automatically begin to function and get into place. When we're using a feller buncher there as well, we can then fell them down, trim them down, and get them into the right size and length that we need. You can even toggle your machines to allow for an automatic grabbing as well, which will then fell the tree, which is going to make it even easier for those of us who may not be too smooth and too efficient with the controls for this. But again, it's going to give you that simplicity to allow forestry to become obtainable and accessible for everybody. And once again, you felled your trees down here, you now have a huge amount of product that you want to do something with, and thankfully now the opportunities are endless. You can make paper, you can take your trees into a sawmill to make boards and planks. Those boards and planks can go for flooring or for shingle. You can take those planks to make picture frames and easels. You can take your trees into a wood turner even as well. So many different options. When you have your planks though, it doesn't stop there. You've got so many different opportunities to make different products, which will allow you to really diversify, to get so many different production chains going there, so it doesn't have to be a repetitive process of chopping down a tree, selling it at the sawmill. There's so many different options. You could still do that if you really wanted to, but if you want to take it to that next step, much like you would with wool or with wheat when you grind out the flour, you have those opportunities to do that. And this is what we're looking into here. It's a huge step up there. It gives you so many different end products as well and byproducts that you can take away from. And then to sum it all up, you can make a roller coaster. Now this is not going to be quick. If you're a single player there and you're doing it without any money cheats or anything else, this is going to take a lot of time, a lot of harvesting, a lot of work. You're going to need to make and harvest and produce all of the materials for this. So this diagram laid out in front of us here shows you exactly what we need to make this. For the first section, there are 11 steps in total. You're going to need a lot of wood, a lot of iron ore from this as well there, but it will be very worthwhile. What's going to be great to see is just how quickly somebody can actually get to this stage. Who is going to make that roller coaster out there, and how long is it going to take you? Let me know what you think down below in the comments there as to what you're going to try first. Are you going to go for the roller coaster or not? It's up to you, but do let me know if you do. And if you do, I want to see some photos of it because it's going to look fantastic. If roller coasters aren't your thing though, then you have got a boat to build. Boat manufacturing is a thing here again, so it gives you a completely different option again. We're by the water here in Silver Run Forest, and you've got a factory to which you will be able to produce your boats and sell them on as well. It gives you more and more opportunities for this. You'll have to think about other materials needs, such as fabric, so you're gonna have to make get some sheep to make some wool to get the fabric in the first place. A lot of different things that you're gonna need here, but it's just something that we've never had before, and it's all about finding ways to keep things fresh. And I, for one, can't wait to see that. It's gonna be fantastic. And so that is going to be it. In a few days' time, we are going to be on Silver Run Forest with you as we dive into it to see a little bit more detail about what is coming up in the early access. There'll be live streams across the weekend leading up to the launch. A special multiplayer live stream with myself, Mr. Virtual Farmer, and Gamer Dragon. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. We'll be doing some giveaways in stream as well, where you can win a copy of the Platinum DLC. And we'll be looking into identifying just which one of the new machines are our favorites. The dog, well, he'll be along for the ride as well, but we shall see what that looks like. Let me know what you think about it down below. Let me know if you pre-ordered it, if you're excited for it as well. We will be looking forward to seeing what we can get up to. And I can't wait to see it and hopefully see you along for the ride too. Until next time though, I've been Simulation for the Nation. If you do like everything that we've seen from the Platinum DLC, then please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Let me know what vehicle you're looking forward to driving the most, and we'll see you over the weekend. Catch you later.